Hello! Good evening. So firstly, can we say there's some empty seats here. If anyone wants to come a little bit closer, we've got some seats up here.
Is anyone?
One person wants to come a bit closer. If you don't want to, that's absolutely fine, but there are seats available. But we're about to kick off, so this is your morning.
Okay, so just to say thank you so much for coming. This is the first, so obviously you all know this is One Fest, and this is the first One Fest comedy evening that we've done. So we have taken 6 up-and-coming comedians that have never had an opportunity to have a go at stand-up before. So they're all neurotypical and learning disabled. So it's, you know, and it's just a little short course. So it's not like I've been trying for years or anything. So this is so exciting and so great. So that, you know, you're just going to love everything that they do. So and hopefully we will just build on this year on, year on, year on. And also just to say that this is the first comedy event of the festival. We have a whole weekend of comedy, and now the weekend is only £10 for a ticket. So we've got Lost Voice Guy, Jolly Awesome, various other people who I can't remember right now. But yeah, £10. Come along, it'll be really fun. So have I got anything?
I don't think so. I think the thing is, just bear in mind, these guys who are going to stand up in front of you have had just a few hours of coaching with the amazing Joe Zales, may I add. Who will be up here later. But these guys have had minimal training, and they're going to stand up here in front of you. I was shitting myself standing up here in front of you just to say this stuff. So these guys are going to bare their souls and tell you their jokes.
I have to say.
That's a sign to sign off. So yeah, just have a laugh, get involved, try not to heckle, and let's have a really good night. We hand over to you, Joe.
Yeah!
Hello! Give us a cheer for the start of the actual show. Come on! Thank you. Oh, welcome. Oh, you're texting down here. Let's have a look. You're not supposed to be sending pictures like that at your age. How old are you? 14. You definitely shouldn't be sending pictures like that at your age. Oh my God. Especially not to a 50-year-old man. Who is that? You're not texting him sat behind you, are you? Just checking. Hello, mate. How you doing? Don't take your glasses off. It still looks sinister. In fact, you look like you took your glasses off to have a better look because you're short-sighted. Hello, sir. What's your name?
Alan.
Nice to meet you, Alan. What do you do for a living, Alan?
I'm a solicitor.
You're a solicitor. I'm going to leave him well alone then because, quite frankly, I can't afford to get sued. Oh, we can all see that guy, can't we? For a second, I've done a lot of hallucinogenic drugs over the years and I thought Jesus had come back to take me away. And that's not. Hello, sir. Welcome. God bless you. Oh, welcome. So give us a cheer if you've been to a comedy night before. Give us a cheer if you've never been to one ever before. Oh, that's the majority. That's exciting because you don't know what to expect. And it's really nice of One Fest to put this on because this is the world's first comedy and sex club. So listen, so what happens here tonight, right? We've got 6 wonderful new comedians to bring to you. We've got 3 in the first bit, then we will have a break so you can go to the bar. So please don't go to the bar while they're on because it'll make a load of noise. Bar stuff, if you could not serve while the acts are on, that'd be fantastic. Then we're going to have 3 more acts after that, then a break. And then we're going to have your headline act. We've got a special guest headliner for you. And then after that, this just becomes a massive sex party. So, give us a cheer if you are up for that. There's a few more men than I would have wanted, if I'm honest. But whatever happens in Mansfield stays in Mansfield as far as I'm concerned. So welcome everybody. So hello sir, how are you doing? Hello, I can see everybody, I'm just waving to people. So hello, let's talk to somebody who's not a solicitor. What's your name, sir?
Are you looking at me?
Yes. This guy can't believe it. He's never been to a comedy show. He thinks it's the TV. He can't believe I'm talking back to him. He's amazed. What's your name, fella?
Tim.
Tim, nice to meet you, Tim. And what do you do for a living, Tim?
I'm a farmer.
You're a farmer, fantastic. What's your favourite type of animal to inseminate?
That's a human being.
Great answer there, he said a human being. That's what you said, isn't it? Just checking. Fantastic.
Yeah, so it's okay.
What sort of farmer are you?
It's mainly arable, just crops.
Crops. Okay, cool. And what products finishes off, like whatever you're making, what does it finish off in the shops?
We got a lot of wheat for bread.
Wheat for bread. So if you like bread, who likes bread? Gives a cheer if you like bread. Yeah. Thank Farmer Tim right there. If he, do you wake? I bet you wake up super early and I bet. Do you not?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's a myth.
It's a myth, that, isn't it? Guys, over there, I can hear you. All right. Please be quiet. I can just hear noise over that way and it's going to be distracting. Is that all right? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Sorry, what were I talking about? So Tim, have you got wife, kids?
Yep.
You have? How many kids you got?
3.
3 kids, fantastic. They all work on the farm as well?
No.
No?
No.
None of them?
No.
He's very secretive, isn't he? One word answers. He thinks I'm going to turn up at his farm for a job on Monday morning.
I'm slightly concerned this is an interview, but no.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Under these lights, it seems like you may have been interrogated like this before, so I'll leave it there. It's fantastic. How old are your kids? I'll ask that.
Between 25 and 31.
Did you say 3?
25 and 30.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 25. Okay, 25. Oh, it's cool. Pretty similar age to me, then that's cool. And I've got 3 kids as well, so we've got that in common. This has turned out to be more like a date, isn't it? It's the worst, weirdest speed date ever, isn't it? I've got my eldest daughter. She's called Neve. Neve. It's a nice name. Give us a cheer if you've heard the name Neve before. Yeah. Right, so Neve, you've not heard that? Well, Neve, I'd never heard it before either. My ex-wife was Irish, so she picked the name Neve. It's spelt the Irish way as well. Wrong. It is, honest to God, this is how you spell my daughter's Neve. Daughter's name, sorry. Niamh. Neve. It's unbelievable to me, right? Neve, she's at this age now, she's like 6 or 7 or whatever she is, right? Fathers for Justice, I've not seen her in a while. She's at this age where I'm trying to teach her how to read and write at the minute. It's an absolute nightmare, especially with COVID. I've had to pretend I'm a teacher at home. So I've been at home with her like this. Okay, cat, dog. Neve. No idea at all. And Neve's at this age, right? You tell me, Tim, if your kids did this when they were younger, right? Did you ever have kids at an age where you send them up to bed and they will do anything to extend their bedtime? Do you know what I mean? Any excuse. Oh, someone's pointing here. Is this your daughter?
Don't.
What does she do to extend her bedtime?
Not go.
Just not go, point blank refuses. That's fucking brilliant. That's genius.
Exactly.
That's genius. Well, my daughter, what Neve did, right? This is how it starts with me. So I send Neve up to bed. She didn't just point blank refuse like you. That's genius. I like that. Because what was your mum going to do then? Nothing. But my daughter went up straight away. She's like, Daddy, I need a drink. So I'm a good dad. I take her a glass of water up. About half an hour later, Daddy, I've drank too much water now and I need a wee. Can I go to the toilet? I'm like, I'm not Joseph Fritzl, you're not locked in, just go. Do you know what I mean? So she let herself out the cellar, went home. No? You having that? And then about half an hour later, I'm starting to get annoyed because you know, don't you, Mum, past bedtime, your patience has run out, hasn't it?
Oh, I'm asleep.
Oh, absolutely. I wanted to be asleep, but I could hear Neve still messing around upstairs, right? So I'm waiting, and then she comes downstairs, and I can hear footsteps coming down the stairs, and she waits outside the living room, and I can almost hear little cogs turning in her little brain, and she's thinking of some reason she should come downstairs. All of a sudden, the living room door flies open like this. She walks in, I'm sat there, no eye contact, bold as brass, walks in, past me, goes into the kitchen, comes back out 2 minutes later, she's made herself a bowl of cornflakes, and she just goes, morning, and sits down, morning, and you know, you can't lose them battles, because if you lose one, you've lost them all, haven't you? So I had to dig in. Do you know what I did, love? I got her dressed, and I dropped her off at school. And now if I see her, I have to go to a solicitor like this fella who's suing the contact centre. It's great. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a great night tonight. Honestly, we're going to have such a good night. All I can ask from you guys, I'm your compere, I'm going to be on and off stage all night. Is anybody offended by rude words? Because you're going to have a fucking terrible night. You have Tourette's syndrome? Oh, well, you contribute then. Bring them on. What's your favourite swear word? We've all got one. You don't have to.
Give me a fucking sprinkle.
Give me some fucking sprinkles. I bet your heart sinks every time the ice cream van pulls up. That is amazing. Fantastic. I love that. So yeah, just give these comedians all the love in the world. If you see something funny, do laugh, right? I know we're on a Tuesday night in some bar in Mansfield and everybody don't know each other. I know you feel a little bit tense, especially with me on stage talking to you. But honestly, just relax, have a great time, and we're in for such a good night. Are you up for it? Give us a cheer if you are! Yes! Well, without further ado, I am going to bring on your first wonderful comedian. Give us a woo! I can't wait to bring this guy to. He's so funny. And listen, he's the first on. It's the hardest job on this bill, so give him all the love in the world. Round of applause for being the first on straight away. So, ladies and gentlemen, after 3, I want you to go wild and crazy and raise the roof. I want you stamping your feet. I want you whooping and cheering, and I want you clapping. After 3 for Daniel, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3, go!
I have to get my priority straight first. My drink's more important than anything at the minute. How is Mansfield tonight? Right, you can all do better than that. If I'm just only stamping and causing chaos, people upstairs are going to go, oh, they're boring. How are we tonight? Right, we want upstairs to be really jealous of what's happening here. And God, that light is bright, isn't it? Bloody hell! So, my name's Daniel, as Joe said. I'm 33, yes. I'm bold, I'm fat, I'm 33, and I'm autistic. I live in Mansfield, and I work near here. I can't... Don't stop it. I saw that. Don't I work at Maxi Saver, which is still... You ruined it now. I want to keep my work identity a secret. I work at Maxi Saver, which is like B&M, but better. I've got to say that because I don't know if anyone from head office will see this. Where's the camera gone? Oh, it's over there. Hello. Right, I think I've got my job. So, with being autistic, people talk to you in certain ways. Who here has autism? Woo! Woo! Is it different time zones? Yeah. you right at the back. Hang on a minute, hang on. What is the time? Right, it is 8:10. You've got 8:10 on your phone, haven't you?
Yeah.
And you have as well? Are you okay? Yeah. Are you sure you're okay? Right, so people with autism, for people who don't know, I need to be good because Tim's, you Tim.
No.
Who's Tim?
Tim's here.
Right, I need to be careful what I say because like Tim's the solicitor.
No, Ian.
Who's the solicitor? Tim's the father, you're the solicitor.
Yes.
Joe, you didn't... I don't know this. Help me, Joe. See, look, he's sat there back now. We've done. Everyone turn around and say hello. See, look at him. He's just lounging on. I've done mine. Watch him burn. It's not the case. I need to be careful because there's the solicitor here. And we don't know who he works for, so I need to be nice. I love what you do. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Is that the right thing to do?
Yes.
Yeah? You happy? Yeah? Good. I don't think Monfest will have me back next year. But no, so with autism... What? What's some noise?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. Right. Monfest are amazing, by the way. But no, with autism, people talk to you like you're 5 years old. So, Tim's got kids, I know this. Young kids-ish?
No,
Old. But when they were younger, like Joe's Neve, which is spelt weird to how it sounds, but gloss over that, they talk to... when you talk to a 5-year-old, it's like, don't you have something to eat? However, I'm 33, that's what they still say to me. So, don't something to eat, Daniel? Can I kick you in the fucking head, please? Do you want me to cut up your steak? Can I add to the number of deaths by knifing you, please? Do you want to do the choo-choo train? I can show you where the choo-choo train needs to go. And it's not, and trust me, it's not the mouth. Bend over, it's coming in. Full steam ahead. But no, it's just, some people are really shocked at that. This lady at the front there, I said all that, she's like, it's not that bad, is it? No. She's got really embarrassed at that. I've actually noticed what she did as well. You noticed she's got really embarrassed. But if I can try and see, where can I go? You think the front row? You guys think, uh-oh, I'm in for it. You've had it off, Joe. You've been. Hang on. No, that's wrong. No. You've been targeted by Joe. No. You've been picked on by Joe. That's okay, isn't it? You've been picked on by Joe. That's okay. Sorry, Donna. I know. Sorry. So, front row have had it off Joe. That'll do. We'll just stick with that. But I know there's people who think they can get away with it because they're in the back. Who's looking sheepish and a bit scared? I've also got to figure out how to get to you. I feel like Jaws. Can I? This will work, won't it? Is it long enough? I meant the microphone. Is the cable long enough? No, I need to move that chair. I'm going to... I know, you don't know what's happening now, do you? This has come...
Do you?
Yes, roughly. From my rehearsal to what Brad and Tracy saw to what I'm doing now, completely different. Right, excuse me. Sorry, could you hutch along a chair, please? Sorry, I do apologise, sir. Please don't take me to court. I promise you. I'm going to leave you alone. Hello, sir. Hello. There's a chair. Sorry, can I sit on your chair, please? Oh, I'm sitting on a solicitor's knee. Hang on. What's happening behind me? So then, sir, what's your name?
Tom,
Tom, what do you do for a living?
I work for the Ministry of Defence.
Oh, crap. That's the wrong person to go for. Do you work by any chance for GCHQ, or can you not tell me because you have to kill me?
I can't tell you.
Oh, see, he winked.
No, I didn't.
A wink. That's even him got a nervous twitch, always coming on to me. Or it could be both, as you just said. So, you know how I just mentioned up there in front of all these lovely people about being spoken to?
Mm-hmm.
If I said to you, please don't send missiles to home me on me and stuff. Don't do that. If I said to you, Tom, do you want something to eat?
I wouldn't be best pleased.
That's how you answer it, Joe. In rehearsal, he goes, yes. He's such a tit. So if I said to you, do you want me to cut your steak up for you?
I can probably manage myself.
Done the choo-choo train.
Absolutely not.
In your mouth, that is. Did you want the choo-choo train in your mouth?
In Eva's, but I'm on the phone.
In Eva? He wants it in Eva? Oh, you don't? You need to be more clear what you say. Given that you work for the Minister of Defence, you need to be careful. People can misconstrue that. Not Donald Trump. What's up? Boris Johnson, that's it. He said that the track was made of rhubarb. Right, so how did that make you feel, by me talking to you like that?
Yeah, not good. It's not good, is it?
Sorry, for you who didn't hear that, someone behind me, all I heard was, Hardy! No, not you. No, not you. And it wasn't the solicitor sat behind me because I'm too scared of him. I'm leaving him alone. So it wasn't nice, though, was it?
Nice. Demeaning.
See, Minister of Defence, big cavalry. No, cavalry? No, vocabulary. I said the chocolate bar then, didn't I? I've got chocolate on the ring, you see. It's not nice, though, is it?
No, it's not, no.
And if someone, how would you want to react to people?
I'd be angry. I'd be annoyed.
Right, see, he's on it, see? Thank you, solicitor. For that good job. Nice. Give a round of applause. I've really upset as well. But no, so that's what it's like. Thank you. Sorry, solicitor, don't sue me. I don't have any money. But no, so that's that. That's what I think about autism. And my mum, I spoke to her today, and my mum's lovely. She's 57. I hope I've got that right. And she doesn't know, who's got a smartphone? Yeah. Right, so when you do a video call, you know what to do, don't you? You get it out. Hi, Mum, yeah. No, not my mum. Hi, Dan. Mum, I can see the back of your wall. How are you? Mum, I'm not having a conversation with a wall. So she can't use smartphones, nor can my nan. She's like 80-ish. And I look at her ceiling more than her. I don't know how her face is looking. But no, so I'm going to start wrapping up because I'm getting Windy Miller. There's a Windy Miller from Brad. Look at him. No, don't try to start it out from Brad. That means I need to wrap up because Joe's got to come back on again. So we've got to wait for Joe because he's old. So he takes time to walk. Here you go. Da 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 da. But no, mine's been done. This has been my first time. I started on Thursday and I've loved every second of it. One Fest have been amazing. You've got so many good comedians and the headline act. So who's looking forward to it all tonight? Right, so for when Joe comes back, I can't see him, I'm blind. Oh, is that? Ooh. Right, so thank you very much. Give it a round of applause for Joe who's coming back now for the next act. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not even angry that it absolutely ruined me at every turn. That was fantastic, mate. I don't know about anybody else, but he could easily have done my job tonight. There were no need for me to even bother. That was fucking, honestly, you could compare every time. So quick off the cuff.
Swap.
No. Because you'll be better than me. It's your first time. Nobody wants to hear that. Ladies and gentlemen, keep that love going. I'm going to bring another act on in this bit. The next act on, I know he's super nervous, so give him extra love, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Jacob!
Hi everyone.
Hi, Jacob.
Oh, not yet. Sorry about that. Hi everyone, I'm Jacob Coley, 22, and you know those who hate swearing? Hands up if you hate swearing. Damn it, I'm lonely. But I hate it. But don't worry, I'm not a swearer. Well, I used to be when I was a kid a little bit. Alright guys, you can come out now. Alright, the people with me, they're some friends of mine. Well, they're sort of friends. Alright, coming out now. I want to introduce you to some puppet friends of mine. I go, alright, single file. Don't lock me in that case again. It's not a case, it's a bag, genius. Who are these losers? Excuse me, some of these I work with, you know, young man. Forgive me, it's not very polite. And we make videos for some friends of ours, don't we? That's right. See Miss Gregory knows. Simon Darren, you can introduce yourself. Greetings, everyone. At least he's got manners, haven't you? Oh, and you were saying that, well, hello, women. He's single, he is. Well, today might be your lucky day. Alright. Hello, beautifuls. Excuse me, some of these aren't single, you know. Some of these are married women. Oh, yeah. Peter, what are you doing? How many times have I told you not to do that? Oh, just a minute. Come on. Thank you. You know, of all the years I've heard you Of all the years I've known you, that's the first time you've said thank you. Yep. Peter? Yes? Did you have duck for dinner last night? Yes, I did. It was delicious. I thought so, because I could smell your Donald Trump anywhere. You embarrass me. You embarrass me, young man. You're 10 years old and you still wear nappies? No, I don't, you imbecile. First of all, you're 10 years old, you wear nappies, and I can see your nappy, you're just above your trousers right now. I think there's a bit of chocolate cake in there too. Don't knock it off, young man. Oh, Jacob. What, Darren? I meant to say something. What? What do you name 2 Spanish firemen?
Dunno.
I don't got a clue.
No, no one knows. What? Hose, hay, and O's B. Congratulations, young man. Can I kiss one of the ladies' hands later? I don't think.
So.
See, leave the ladies alone, all right?
Only 5 years.
And she's one of my best friends as well, you know.
Yes, I am actually.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'm spotting you.
Excuse me, woman. I've been a fireman for.
Hey, fireman, got a question for you.
What?
Shut it.
You heard her. I can't shut it yet because I got something to say to Jacob. You've always got something to say to me, haven't you? Well, anyway, get on with it. I was working at the fire station last week cleaning a hose. No. I was cleaning a fire truck at the fire station last week. I'm listening, don't interrupt. Anyway, I was cleaning the fire station outside. I was cleaning the fire truck outside the fire station. You're cleaning the clean go. What were you cleaning? I was cleaning the fire truck inside the fire station. Carry on. There was a boy next to me with a toy fire truck and his dog. I saw him playing and I noticed he kind of tied the dog's testicles to the wagon of his fire truck. Charming. I said, don't interrupt. Don't butt in. I'm not butting in, this is butting in. Alright, you two, break it up. Anyway, you were saying? I walked over to the boy and I said to him, hey there, kid. I don't want to tell you how to use your own fire truck, but if you tie the dog's neck to the wagon, then you go faster. Then the boy said, yes, sir, but I would have no siren. It's not funny. See, Peter, they disagree with you, they do. Oh. Anyway, Peter, me and you have embarrassed each other in the past, haven't we? What do you mean? Well, I've got to tell you something, Jacob. What? I drank beer, last night. Yippee! You're serious? You're 10 years old. I don't believe it. How many times? No beer, young man. Excuse me, but I was so desperate to drink it. I drank it last night. How did you drink beer, anyway? Well, I woke up early in the night because I needed the toilet. But you don't go to the toilet, you're always wearing nappies, and you take a dump outside. When you're in the forest, you take a forest gump. Whatever. Besides, yes, I got up, and then I opened the bathroom door, and I saw that there was a glass of beer right next to the toilet. So I drank it. Beer, Peter, that wasn't beer. Oops. See, you're embarrassed now, aren't you? See, Peter, me and you have embarrassed each other in the past. So first of all, you know when I was a kid, Peter? Yep. You know when you ring the phone on people, you know, it's usually loved ones you talk to on the phone, isn't it? You're always going, hi, love you very much, good to see you, love you, good day. Well, when I was a kid, I was playing a video game, and the phone rang at the front door, at the front room. I'm listening. Yep. So I answered the phone. I think it was just some bloke about the parcel, you see. And so me and the bloke, we had a bit of blah 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 chat. And then he said, "Will you tell your parents that I've said that to you?" "Yes, of course." "Okay, bye. Love ya." Oh.
Jacob, ladies and gentlemen. Love Jacob. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Oh, so good. Well done, Jacob. We've got one more act in this section, so keep that love in the room and welcome to the stage the wonderful Chris! He's here.
Good evening, everybody. Sorry about that. Anyway, I'm Chris, I'm 37, and I'm going to do hopefully some stand-up and make you laugh. I'm going to open up, what do you call an exploding monkey?
I don't know.
A baboom! And yes, you might see me using my book, but I have autism, so if you don't like it, then you're disrespecting people with autism. But time to get serious now. I'm going to talk to you a bit about a job I had. Yeah, I got a fucking job. Because people say people with autism and learning diversity can't have jobs. But as I said, I got fucking one. And I did. But I'm going to tell you a bit what happened with this job. It was a picking job. And unfortunately, that they put me on, I couldn't do it. So they moved me on to a different section of the line. I couldn't do that. So they moved me on to a further down the line to do something else. Unfortunately, I couldn't do that neither. So they said, unfortunately, we're going to have to sack you. You're going to have to wait in the van until 5:30 when we finish the shift work. Now this, bear in mind, was at 9 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know how many hours that is. I have fucking autism. I'm not the Rain Man. But anyway, they sent me to the van and told me I wasn't allowed to move, so they told we finished. Because I couldn't follow instructions. But unfortunately, while waiting in that van, I needed the toilet and I ended up wetting myself. So talk about following things to the left. But seriously, let's talk about stigma. As a learning disabled person, I don't get seen in society. Apparently, I'm invisible. Really? I mean, come on, you know? Someone my size, invisible? You can't see this? Fucking invisible, don't make me fucking laugh. But seriously, let's talk about fitting in. Not easy when you're this shape. I mean, you know, us big guys have trouble fitting in anyway, really. Just want to be part of your world. Just like the Little Mermaid said. But she'll can fuck off. At least she had legs that worked. Think she'd be a bit fucked off if she had mine. But seriously, it's just like living behind a one-way mirror in society. I can see you, but you can't see me. Probably that's because why we got under a police interrogation. But thank you very much for listening.
Amazing. Chris, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be honest with you. I've been working with Chris for like a couple of weeks now. That's the first I've heard him swear. I was shocked when he came out of his mouth. It's like, go on, Christ. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed the first section. We're going to have a break now so you can get yourselves a drink. Give it up for all the action story in that section you saw. Daniel, Jacob and Chris. We'll see you in 10 minutes. Yeah, woo. Okay, all right. Give us a cheer for the start of the second section. How good was that first section? I loved it. It's so good. I loved your beatboxing as well, buddy. That was fantastic. Oh, who have I not spoken to? There's a lovely... Are you a couple down here? You're not a couple. You should be, because there's a lot of sexual chemistry between you. You can see that right from the front. How do you know each other?
We went to uni together.
You went to university together. Okay. Alright. Do you think they make a lovely couple, don't you think? They make a lovely couple. So I've been fired already. This is fantastic. Give me till the end of the show and then you can fire me all you want. Give me some fucking sprinkles. I love it. So let's talk about you two. Why did it never make it into a relationship?
So my boyfriend is Tracy and Alan's son.
Your boyfriend is Tracy and who's
Alan, the
and Alan's
solicitor.
and the solicitor's son. Okay.
Is Cash, who's my boyfriend, who works in London, so he can't be here tonight.
Well, fuck him then. He's not here. What's the matter? No, joking. Solicitor, I'm so sorry. Okay, I'll let you off then.
Yeah.
That's why you didn't. Okay. Wow, that went awkward quick, didn't it? This is when I could do with you to shout something hilarious out to help smooth over this thing. That's great. It's lovely to. I'll tell you a funny story. So what did you do? You were the Ministry of Defence guy, aren't you? Yeah. Okay, that's cool. You'll have seen some amazing things, I guarantee you. But I wonder if we've seen anything similar. I used to be a firefighter by day, believe it or not. Thank you. Well, thank you.
A real one.
No, real, genuinely, yeah. I know that might be not. I know I don't look like one anymore. I look like someone who's only a firefighter in their own head. I get that, but yeah, genuinely. A stripper firefighter. Oh, I'm getting ruined from all different angles here, which sounded way ruder than I intended it to. But no, genuinely, let's see if you've ever seen this. Let's have a competition. Have you ever seen a guy with his genitals stuck in a train wheel bearing?
Yeah.
You have? I did not expect that tonight. I have said that line in maybe 1,000 different places. I have never had anybody go, yeah, I've seen that. Oh, I love you guys. But I genuinely saw it, and I'm going to tell you the story. I saw a guy with his cock and balls trapped in a train wheel bearing, and I will point out at this point, it wasn't still attached to the train. It's not just like, this guy wasn't like an over-enthusiastic train spotter who's just gone, oh, the 10:10 to Newcastle and gone and had a go. No. This guy, he worked in a little workshop by himself, lovely Asian fella, about 50 years old, so he should have known better, worked in a workshop on his own. And he worked on train wheel parts. If you've never seen a train wheel bearing is a piece of metal, that sort of size like that. It's got a hole in the middle about that sort of size. And this guy had been looking at that all day. And he thought to himself, which one of you's got Tourette's? He looked at it and he thought, I've got a lunch break coming up in 2 minutes and I wonder if my cock and balls will fit in that. And I agree with you, love. I'd agree, why put your dick in it? Fine. That, everyone's done that. If, you try it, don't you? Not you obviously, but as a man, if it's lying around the house long enough, you'll attempt it, won't you? Which is why I have no longer got a DVD player or a cat. So anyway, so this guy, He'd tried it, he'd put his cock and balls in that, and then he got trapped. Then he panicked, and at this point he had to phone 999. Right? Can you imagine having to make that phone call? And I imagine it weren't an immediate thing, right? He's sweated over that a long time. Finally he's rang 999, 999, what's your emergency, which service do you require? And he's like, I have got no idea, to be honest. You may as well send the firemen, they'll appreciate a good look at this. And you might not know this, right, but in the fire service, when you get a job come through, it comes through a little printer. A turnout sheet comes out, and the control room, they print the stock codes on it. So like, a 991 is a fire, a 992 is a car crash. They didn't have a code for that one. It came through to us, I shit you not, it came through to us as a ring removal, right? Honestly, I honestly thought I would turn it up to remove a wedding ring, right? So I turned up with my little tin opener thing, walk into this place, there's this Asian fella, God bless him, sat on this side like this looking really sheepish, and I walk in like, oh, we're removing a wedding ring, what is it, a wedding ring, have you got it trapped? And he's sat there and he's made what can only be described as a dignity blanket out of an old curtain like that. It's really assured. I said, what have you done then, pal? And he just looked up at me like that, then looked away and just went, showed me like that, and I was like, oh my goodness, you've got your cockerballs trapped in a train wheel bearing. And I can see your horrified faces, most of you are thinking, why would anybody do that, you know, why? That was not my first thought. My first thought when I saw it was, thank God I don't work in a workshop, because that would have been me. It would have been me. But at this point, ladies and gentlemen, we had to get out all the hydraulic cutting gear and the Hilti grinder just to see the look on his face, to be honest with you. I was the recruit at the time. So it was my job to apply washing up liquid to this guy's cock and balls to see if we could lubricate it and pull the thing off. So I'm there massaging washing up liquid into his cock and balls at the same time as maintaining a comforting eye contact with him and telling him that everything was going to be okay. Now, you may wonder why that job fell to me. In particular, it's because I'd just recently been on the Cock and Balls lubrication diploma course and I was ready, to put them. So I'm doing it, I'm doing my best thing, I'm trying to get like a clap like the NHS on a Thursday night, I'm really working it. Now, this story does have a happy ending. For him, not for me. Ladies and gentlemen, it does have a happy ending because luckily this wheel bearing just came off and it was absolutely fine. The bearing came off in my hand as he did. And it was a beautiful moment actually because he didn't get hurt. This guy just wrapped his arms around me and he said, thank you so much, you're my hero. And he gave me a kiss on the cheek, which was a beautiful moment of human connection, but also really awkward, because I still had hold of his cock and balls. He kissed me on the cheek again. I thought, oh my God, this is a customary thing. I've got to do something here or I'll offend him. So I thought, I've got to kiss him back on the cheek. So I went to kiss him back on the cheek. He turned to try and get my other cheek at just the same time. We ended up kissing on the lips. And we've been together 4 years in October. It's a beautiful story. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got 3 wonderful acts in this section for you. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome Brett! Where's Brett? Is he here? Let me try that again. Ladies and gentlemen, Brett!
I should have walked slower, got 3 applauses. Anyway, my name's Brett Kinsley. I've got Asperger's syndrome, dyslexia and dyspraxia, and Tracy over there invited me to do a comedy course and I thought, great, I can complain to people and I can't do a thing about it. You've got to remember something very important, no refunds. You can ask for a discount at the bar. I have not gone through this with them, so you can ask. They are allies of one conversation, maybe. We're at least allies until I started my set. Anyway, the first people I'd like to talk about are what I'd like to call foam muppets. We've gone through thousands of years of evolution, decades of technological development, and you get people talking on the phone, texting, and walking at the same time. You had to you thought about changing the pavements so that these people would get to live, but when you agree with me, it's just not worth it. The gene pool's better without them. The worst one was this lady. She had a kid in a pram. She had a toddler walking next to her, pushing the pram forward on her phone. It's like, you know, there's easy ways to get rid of a spare kid. She knows she had space. I mean, I've got a mate who's a pedo, so if she wants some money. Plenty of jobs you can give slaves if you want to sell them. It's kind of like, oh no, I had my charger in that. My phone's low on battery. There's also people who describe Paralympians as superhuman. That is annoying. It's like they're daring you to object. I mean, think about it. Half of them are ex-military. There's some special forces guy, you know, in Iraq, doing wondrous feats of endurance. Well, they were. Wonderful feats of endurance. Sniping. Staying in one place for ages, you know, in snipers. Following suspicious Muslims. But that is within human limits. They're not superhuman, they're not truly breaking it until they step on an IED. Then it's like, you can get things done, mate. Just go upstairs. You transcended your limits, you're even better now. See what response you get. There's people delaying buses as well. I've stood behind bus drivers. It's not like a thing. It's just, you know, when you start the bus, sometimes you get a quick look at the thing. We've got to be in one spot at a time. If we go past that, someone like me is peed off at him. It's like, hey, I'm a minute late, and you made me half an hour late. If you're late, it's meant to be here a minute ago. Why is he late? And then you get ladies like Doris. He's trying to do his job, and she wants to tell him about her grandkids. And because she's a customer, he's got to politely listen as every valuable second, every valuable minute is just passing through as Doris is talking about her grandkids and the weather. You know when you're about to sit down for the bus, and it goes just before you've properly sat down. That's Doris's fault, that is. And sometimes it happens to Doris. And I'm sorry about your broken hip, Doris. You had the time to sit down, you had a minute to sit down, you used it to tell the bus driver about your day. Self-inflicted injury. Also people, they don't really say what they mean. They have some nice thing to say like, oh, you are perfect to me. It was this thing about people with Down syndrome, they're singing the song, oh, you're absolutely perfect. Thing is, people with Down syndrome are vulnerable to an heart condition. So it's like this. I love you, and I wouldn't love you as much if you didn't have an heart condition. It's like walking up to someone. You're perfect to me, and I hope all your self-improvement goals end in failure. Yeah, stuff like that. They say it to this commando guy, and it's like, oh right, so you're glad that I've got shrapnel in my right bollocks. There's people who talk too much, that's kind of annoying. It's, you know, time's ticking. There's, my family's rubbish at this. I was watching TV out in Auntie's house. Watching TV is the correct term because I weren't listening to it. I wanted to as well. It's kind of like just turn the music channel on, then I won't miss any good context. Also, if you want to rob an house, pick mine at the right time. Because my auntie, she's kind of walks off, my mum's still talking to her, so she's walking. I'm standing near the door with a face on because we're in Mansfield, we're otherwise going to get robbed.
I think Brett could have done an hour and I could have quite easily listened, but there's 2 more acts in this section. Wonderful stuff from Brett there, ladies and gentlemen. Next on in this section, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Will!
My love life's a bit like my debit card, contactless. I'm Will, I'm epileptic, and I think everyone I've had sex with was epileptic too, because they're all rolling their eyes. My motto is Carpe Diem, because I'm seizing every day. Dropped my medicine in the washing machine instead of some fabric softener. Now my clothes don't fit. I was watching the news the other day and an American police officer came on and said, "We'll never forget 9/11. I thought, I hope not, because it's your phone number. What do the Twin Towers and genders have in common? There used to be 2 of them, but now it's just a sensitive subject. I remember at school the teacher said, "I want to work with 4 eyes." So I said, "Mississippi." He said, "No, I mean I want to work with you, you specky twat." I'm not a very religious person. I don't like all the standing up, sitting down and kneeling. I wish the priest would just pick a position and fuck me. My ex-girlfriend's parents were very religious. My ex-girlfriend's parents were very religious. I remember the first time I went to stay at hers, her dad wouldn't let us sleep together, which was a shame because he was very attractive. Every Christmas we have pigs in blankets, or you might call it relatives sleeping in the spare room. I went to go collect the Christmas tree and the guy said, "You're going to put it up yourself?" I said, "No, I was thinking the living room." I like my women how I like my COVID, 19 and easily spread. Eat out to help out. Sex is like a burrito, if you don't know wrap that baby's on your lap. The couple next door to me recently made a sex tape. I mean, obviously they don't know that yet. there was a programme about the clitoris on the red button, but I couldn't find it. Sex in an elevator is wrong on so many levels. I found a hole in my trainer big enough to fit my fingers in. Long story short, she wasn't happy, she made a complaint, and I'm going for the gym. I asked my gym instructor, can you teach me to do the splits? He said, how flexible are you? I said, I can't make Tuesdays. I went to a karaoke with only 70s music. At first I was afraid. I was petrified. Last week I launched a book aimed at 9 to 12-year-olds. Luckily I hit one of the little shits. This morning I made a Belgian waffle, and in the afternoon I made a Frenchman talk bollocks. I'm going to just finish on a couple of questions. If a daycare are refusing a nap time, are they still resisting arrest? And is the hokey cokey really what it's all about? Okay, well, if you want to follow me, this is what I look like from behind. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And, well, I'm just going to leave you on a high note here.
Gentlemen, for this one, can I get you to hutch up a little bit that way, please? Because she's coming with a walking frame, and as hilarious as that fall would be, it's against the rules. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Tracy as she makes her way up. She's making her way now. Here she comes. She's round in the corner. She's on the home straight. Tracy comes with a walking frame. She's on the final straight. Here she comes now. She's about to whack into a girl with Tourette's, but here she comes round in the corner. She's round the corner. Is she going to push? She's here. It's Tracy! She's here. There you go. That's yours. Enjoy.
Hello, my name is Tracy, and I am filthy. My favourite book is 50 Shades of Grey. My favourite book is 50 Shades of Grey, and I have written my own version, 71 Shades of Tracy. Here's a little taster of my filthy mind. Joe, it's you. Come up here, Joe.
You want me to come to there?
You could come anywhere you want to. I needed a victim Sit down, Joe, it won't hurt. Much. Are you feeling okay, Joe?
A little bit uncomfortable.
Well, that's better for me. How filthy are you, Joe?
Quite filthy.
I bet you're not as filthy as me. Let's find out. Have you got a girlfriend?
Yeah. She's at the back somewhere.
Is your girlfriend here?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Donna.
Donna? Stand up. Donna, stand up. 50 quid you can watch. 100 quid you can join in. 150 you get a family pass and bring all your mates. Joe, imagine I'm taking you to my playroom. Have you been in a playroom before? You won't have been in one like mine. Before. Let's start. Take off your shirt. You will call me Madam Etza all the time. If you don't, you will get a good whipping. And I will wear my sexy maid outfit. Don't worry, you got a safe word, which is order. Are you sitting comfort? Are you sitting comfort?
No.
I suspect you have a massive order. If we was in my playroom, I would blindfold you. Tie your hands and feet tie your hands and feet up, and then I would take off your shorts. Take off your shorts and boxers with my teeth. Then I will get some eyes and go to your nipples and get them nice and hard while you scream, madam. Then I will get some nipple clamps. No, wait, I'll change my mind. I think I'm going to use bulldog clips instead. And more pain for you, Joe. Now for the hot Kangol wax. Wait, I have no Kangles. It will have to be a hot water from the kettle. You like pain, don't you, Joe? Then I will start by kissing you from the top to the bottom, working my way down to your rock hard cock. And licking it like my personal lollipop. Then I will sit on your rock hard car. And ride you like a bitch on E. Then I will untie you, put you on all fours, put on a strap on, and slip it up your hot bum. We will then shower and enjoy a 71, which is a 69 with 2 fingers up my bum. You will then rest, but not for long, as we have the next chapter to read.
Oh my God! Tracy, ladies and gentlemen! I'm not sure what's just happened, but oh my God, I'm not easy to embarrass at all, but I was very, very red then. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, Tracy! Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, right, that is the end of this section. You've seen... Yes, I know, I'm never doing that ever again. That was terrifying. Let me sort this out. That was so funny. It's so funny, but I feel like I need therapy to recover from that. It was really fun. So do you. I bet you do as well. I bet you do. In fact, technically, you could represent me because I'm sure I've been sexually assaulted in some way. But I'm going to bring on your headline act in a minute. Oh, hang on. Sorry. Oh, it's Tracy. I'm not allowed to tell her after she's paid me. So I'll let you do what you want. I'll tell you a little thing what happened to me earlier on today, and then I'll bring on your headline act. Have we got animal lovers in? Give us a cheer, animal lovers. Yeah, I'm a proper animal lover, and I got upset today because a bee had got trapped in my conservatory, and I know, and do you know when they go like, and it looks like they're going to die, the bees, and I thought, oh my God, I think this bee's going to die, and I got upset, and then I remembered that thing you can do, so I got a spoon, got some warm water and some sugar on that spoon, and I used that to take heroin, and then I didn't give a shit about the bee at all, to be honest. It was wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. I like how one person attempted to start an applause break from you, Chris, at the back, and then he's realised nobody's coming on that journey about taking heroin. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring on your final act of the evening, and then we'll celebrate together an awesome, successful night. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the wonderful Joe Wells!
Joe, your MC. Amazed by how quickly his shirt came off. It makes me wonder whether he's going to do that anyway. It was literally, could you take off your shirt? It was already off. Round of applause for your wonderful acts as well. You were 6 amazing acts this evening. And I'll be honest with you, knowing that I was going to have to headline this, I was sort of hoping they'd be shit, because now I've got to do some proper work. But thank you for having me. My name is Joe. I'm an autistic man. We got autistics in. Hey, quite a few. The vaccine's starting to kick in. That's good. I'm properly diagnosed autistic, so if you heckle me, then technically that is a hate crime. Just be aware of that. They're not autistics in. Yeah. Okay, quite a few. That's all right. We'll work on you. Don't worry if you're not autistic. You're thinking, "Oh, I won't understand the autistic stuff." Like I've got a good understanding of not autistic people because my brother is not autistic. Right? He's very severely not autistic. You know, he's got all the symptoms. He loves making eye contact. He's really into loud, crowded places. He's shit at maths. That's not true, I know, that's a stereotype, isn't it? It's a stereotype that not autistic people are shit at maths. A lot of you can be really good at maths. With the right support, you can achieve anything. He's amazing, my brother, he's inspiring. He went to university, which I think that's an incredible achievement for a not autistic person to go to university. I mean, obviously, he had to have like a specialist course that was adapted to meet his needs. It was called Film and Media Studies. It's done very well. It's good bit of material, that, isn't it? Right? I know it's arrogant for a comedian to come on stage and then go, wasn't that material good? But I know that material was good because I wrote it in the first lockdown, right? And did the material on stage, first gig back between the lockdowns, got a video of me doing that material on stage, put it online, 1.8 million views. So there you go. Yeah. So if you didn't laugh at that, you're wrong. Well, I should say that 1.8 million views. A lot of people who follow me online are other autistic people. So, 1.8 million views. That's not necessarily 1.8 million people. It could just be 4 of our lot that liked it a lot, you know? It's good. It's very stressful having a viral video. A bit of backlash, obviously. Some people saying that I shouldn't call my brother not autistic. That's not the correct term. I should say, my brother is a person with an autism deficiency. That's what I meant to say. This one as well, this is a weird thing I got. Like, a lot of people didn't believe I was properly autistic, right? And their argument was this. They went, I don't think he's autistic because he's doing stand-up comedy. That's a weird take, isn't it? Think about what stand-up comedy is. What's the job description of a stand-up comedian? You've got to be really good at having a long, one-way conversation covering topics which interest you. We can do this. The other thing that happened, about 200,000 views in, it's going around on Twitter and Facebook. I got a phone call from my agent, right? She says she's had an email from the Mail Online, which if you don't know what the Mail Online is, it's just the online version of Mein Kampf. And she said they want to put my video on the Mail Online website. And I said, no, thank you. Don't want my video on the Mail Online website. Hung up the phone, see, I've got a text from my friend which says, hi Joe, did you know your video's on the Mail Online website? Fine. They put it up anyway. I was like, I don't care. And then half an hour later, I get another phone call. They want to do an interview with me. I said, no, I don't want to do an interview with the Mail Online. And genuinely, an hour later, I get a phone call from my dad saying, hi, Joe, just had the Mail Online on the phone to me, asking about your brother. You don't have a brother. What the fuck is going on? I don't have a brother, okay? Not everything comedians say is true. I've got a not autistic sister, but I changed it to brother because I wanted to challenge the stereotype that it's only women who could be not autistic. There's lots of not autistic men, but it goes underdiagnosed in men because men are better at pretending not to understand people's feelings. And it was genuinely, but the Mail Online wrote this whole article. They had the video, and then they wrote all biography, like naming all my family members. It was really fucking creepy. And I've screenshotted a bit from the article because I just think this is an amazing bit of writing. They've written, basically, they found 2 family members. Eventually, they busted me, not having a brother. They wrote, Mail Online can now reveal that Mr. Wells, that's me, was actually talking about his sister, Emma Wells, but said he had a brother to protect her identity. Can anyone spot what's wrong with that? Mail Online can now reveal that Mr. Wells was actually talking about his sister, Emma Wells, but said he had a brother to protect the identity of Emma Wells. They don't say who told them that. They just said a family source. That's what they do on those newsletters. They go, a family source tells us. That's how they found out. A family source. I did some digging. I know who a family source is. A family source is Emma. They phoned Emma up. She was like, yeah, I want to be on the Mail Online. So that's what happened during my lockdown. Stressful, right? It was hard, the lockdown. Do you find it hard? Yeah. It was horrible. I struggled a lot. I was with my wife, who's amazing, but we both have a lot of mental health problems. My wife's incredible. My wife is bisexual, which I think that's amazing, isn't it? Because what does that mean? That means she could have married a woman, but she chose this. But that got a weird laugh there, didn't it? It got like a laugh at the joke, and then there was a few people around there who were having a proper good look at my face. Yeah, I'm going to laugh a bit more, actually, yeah. She could have married a woman, she chose. That's like meeting someone who could afford to shop at Waitrose, but chooses to eat out of bins. That's what that's like. But she's good, I look after her a lot. She has a lot of anxiety. She has intrusive, anxious thoughts that something bad's going to happen to someone she cares about. So she has these anxious thoughts all the time. She was given this tip, right? And this is a free anxiety tip for you if you have intrusive, anxious thoughts. She was told, if you have an anxious thought come into your head, if you sing that anxious thought out loud to the tune of a silly song, that takes away some of the power of that anxious thought, right? It hasn't fixed the anxiety, but genuinely, as one little tip, she's found that genuinely useful. It's been a useful tip for my wife, genuinely helpful for her. What it has meant for me is that occasionally I'll be woken up in the morning by my wife singing, Joe's gonna die in a terrorist attack! A terrorist attack! He's never coming back! And that's bad for my anxiety. Very stressful. It's like having an alarm clock made by Al Qaeda. It's really hard. But I struggled a lot during lockdown. You know, we need to talk about stuff. Like I had some days during lockdown where I felt a complete empty hopelessness, and I felt really angry. Like I hated everyone outside of my house. And then I'd have other days where I didn't go on Facebook, but I think Facebook's bad for your mental health, I do. Not for the reasons people say. People say social media is bad for your mental health because everyone's putting on the best self on social media, and that makes you feel inadequate because everyone's saying how great their life is. I think the opposite of that is true. I think people are so fucking angry and stupid and racist on social media, that makes me feel sad about the world. Look at the comments on anything on Facebook. Just people threatening to kill each other over nothing, that's horrible. It's pure id, isn't it? Do you know, have you heard of id? It's like a Freudian thing. Freud was a psychologist. He said that the id is the part of the mind that wants to eat and fight and fuck and kill. And then you've got the ego and the superego that goes, don't do that, you're in a job interview. Facebook's unleashed a pure id, you know, and it's horrible. People are so angry on Facebook, you know, they're angry at the refugees. I don't understand how people get angry at the refugees. I'm on the refugees' side for one reason, this is all I need. They're in dinghies. That's it! That's all I need to be on your side. If you're ever in a dinghy, I'm on your side, whatever the circumstances. There's no good dinghy stories, are there? If you're in a dinghy, you're having a bad day. You're either fleeing a war-torn country or you're dumping a body for a member of the royal family. Those are the only two reasons. It's not libelous if I don't say Prince Andrew, it's okay. Those are the only two reasons dinghies exist. And then they had to go, the lifeboat charities for rescuing the refugees. They said if the lifeboat charities rescue the refugees, that will encourage people to make bad decisions. Let me ask you a question, Mansfield. Who do you think the lifeboat charity are rescuing the rest of the time? Do you think it's people who've made good decisions with their lives? Do you think it's some rich prick who's bought a yacht he can't sail and taken out in a fucking hurricane? I think the lifeboat charity should only rescue refugees. I know that's extreme, but we should let the other fuckers drown. I'm sorry. Sorry, if you thought you could sail to France on an inflatable alligator, you're on your own. That's your decision. Let Mountain Rescue help them out too. I think the Mountain Rescue should help out the refugees in the solar. If you thought you could climb Ben Nevis in your flip-flops, you die. That's what happens to you. I'm sorry. The thing is, right, like, I think the argument is that I just don't understand how people can't have sympathy for the refugees, you know? They're risking their lives to get to Kent. If you've been to Kent, it's shit. I'd risk my life to leave Kent. They're from a place that's worse than Kent. And the argument is that they're not going through the proper means to get in, right? And I can understand that argument, but they're risking their lives. Like, okay, you've all been through the proper means to get here tonight, right? There's some sort of ticketing system where you had to get in. If we found out someone in the front row hadn't got a proper ticket to be here tonight, we'd be annoyed about that, right? We'd be right to be annoyed. If we then found out that how they'd snuck in is they tunnelled here from Nottingham. Alright, you can say. Sorry, I left my drink embarrassingly far away. This is so awesome. I used to work in what gets called Send, and I've missed it, you know. Been around. Don't take me. I've been around a lot of normal people, right? And people say there's no such thing as normal. There is such thing as normal. I've met normal people and they're fucking boring. They really are. So fucking dull. And you think, oh, there's no such thing as normal people. Well then, who's buying Coldplay records? Who? It's normal people selling out the Coldplay shows. I think difference is good. You know, my mum is a very, I would say a very neurodivergent, if having no formal diagnosis, person. I'll give you some facts about my mum. She's in her early 60s. She lives in a suburb of Portsmouth. She's been married to my dad for 35 years. They have a nice detached house. She's really into parkour. She believes that plants can sense guilt and therefore should be used in criminal investigations. She properly believes that the plant can tell if you're guilty and that should be used in a court of law if someone's done a crime. Can you imagine growing up with that as a child? My mum said to me, Joe, have you brushed your teeth? Yes, Mum, of course I brushed my teeth. Well, that's not what this bamboo plant tells me. Fucking grass. Thank you. Proper joke, isn't it? My mum's got pet rats as well. Does anyone have pet rats? No. No, you checked on the way in. No pet rat people. You're right to check. People who have pet rats, they're weirdly close to their pet rats. She shares food with the rats. Yeah, they're free reign of her house. But she loves those rats more than me. It's not to say she doesn't love me. She just loves the rats more than me. She loves the rats so much. I remember I was doing a show once, my mum was in the audience, and I said my mum's got 2 pet rats, which she loves more than me. And my mum stood up and went, "That's not true, Joe! I've got 3 pet rats!" One of them had a baby. But she's amazingly different, you know. She always encouraged me to be different. I think the happiness comes from different. I think if you embrace being different, you'll be happy. For example, right, as an autistic person, I don't really like making eye contact with people. I find that a weirdly intimate thing to do. It is. It's weird, not autistic people. It's weird that you do that. Think about what eye contact is. We've all got 2 balls of jelly that we carry inside of our skulls. And we walk around carrying our jelly balls, sucking in light into our jelly balls. And when you want to be polite to someone, you're supposed to point your jelly balls towards their jelly balls and then suck all the light off of their jelly balls. They want to be polite back, so they point their jelly balls back at your jelly balls, suck on your jelly balls whilst you're sucking on their jelly balls. It's a mutual jelly ball sucking. I find that really intimate. When you've just met someone to immediately suck on their jelly balls. I'm sorry. Sorry if I'm weird. I used to get in trouble at school. I had a science teacher used to say to me, "Joe, you have to make eye contact with me, otherwise I don't know that you're listening to me." I think, what kind of fucking biology teacher are you? Thinks that people listen out of their eyes. Here's how it makes you happy, right? Like, I got married 4 years ago now, right? Are there married people in?
Yeah.
Okay. You sound quite grumpy, actually. Are there single people in? Okay, they sound happier, but they're not. Genuinely, I felt getting married was amazing. And this is why I think it's good, because the planning of a wedding is so stressful. That's like a test for your relationship. We planned the wedding together with one argument, right? And it was this. I hope this isn't a sexist thing to say, but I found that women generally, not all women, generally women are very resistant to the idea of a Doctor Who themed wedding. That's just the thing I found. It was alright, we were allowed to have a Dalek at the wedding. She said it couldn't actually officiate the ceremony. That was the Cyberman's job. And but here's this is soppy, right? But I think I can share this with you. I've never liked making eye contact with people. Jelly balls, remember. But when I look my wife in the eyes at the end of the aisle, I realise she's the only person I do feel comfortable looking in her eyes. And I feel like me and her have a kind of intimacy and a closeness that you non-autistic people will never have in your relationships. Because, you know, non-autistic people, you're sluts, aren't you? You'll go out Tuesday night in Mansfield, suck on anyone's jelly balls. Like it means nothing. We saved ourselves for marriage. And I do think that you know, all the difference is where you can be happy and difference is beautiful. Can I tell you a story? Like, there's a story about, I think it really illustrates how difference is beautiful. When I was about 8 years old, we had an assembly at school. And the assembly was this, that a local man owned a tortoise, and he brought the tortoise in to do an assembly, right? And we learned all about tortoise, but we learned about hibernation, we learned they can live to over 100 years old, we learned what tortoises eat, it was brilliant. At the end of the assembly, the man who owned the tortoise, he told us that she didn't have a name. She was almost 100 years old, but she'd never been given a name. It was decided there and then that there'd be a competition in the school to name the tortoise. And the winner of that competition, that would become her name for the rest of her tortoise life. I was 8 years old. I was a strange little autistic child, but I thought about what to name the tortoise, and I thought of something that no one else in school came up with. I suggested that we name the tortoise Padnell Infant School. That was the name of the school that we all went to. My reasoning was this: every time she hears her name, that'll be a lovely reminder of her day at Padnell Infant School. She probably hasn't had a particularly exciting life. She just lives in a man's house in a box in a suburb of a box in a man's house, not a man's house in a box. That's a very different situation. She lives in a man's house in a suburb of Portsmouth. But one day she went to Padnell Infant School, possibly the best day of her tortoise life. Every time she hears her name, lovely little reminder of that day. Even on the last day when she's put down to hibernate for the last time, she knows that she may never wake up again from that cold winter. Her owner would say to her, "Good night, Padnell Infant School." She'd hear her name and she'd go, "Oh yes, that was a good day. This is a beautiful world," right? And yeah, that's a weird name for a tortoise, I know that. But that's music that I have to, it's like a dramatic climax to the story. So I have that to give it more of impact. It's a weird name, I know. It's weird to call a tortoise Padnell Infant School. I know that's strange, but actually looking back on it, I think that's a beautiful name for a tortoise. I think it's really beautiful and poetic and unusual, and I'm proud. I'm looking back. I wish I could be more like that now. I wish I hadn't covered that up. As a child, it was really weird and strange. I wish that I could come up with things like that now. Anyway, long story short, I came second to some cunt who wrote Shelley, and I still think about that every day. I've got one more story, and I wish I had more. Like, this is so cool. We don't have this kind of like politicized, like neurodivergent movement where I'm from, and I think it's fucking great. And I wish that I had some more. Read Donna Williams. That's not a joke. That's just a little tip for everyone. It's not weird. I don't get that joke. It's not a joke. It's a reading list that this kid comes with. When I was a. It's the way I found out about. I was autistic. I got a lift from my mum. You remember the rats 3 years ago, and as I was getting out of the car, I can't emphasise how casually my mum did this. She went, "Oh, by the way, have I ever told you that that you have autism?" "No, Mum, you've never told me that before. What are you talking about? I'm not autistic." "Yeah, you are. We've known since you were a child." "Can't believe I've never told you that before." "But no, Mum, you've never told me that before, and I feel like that's an important thing to tell someone before they get to 30 years old. How could you have never told me that before?" She had a really good comeback. She then said to me, "Well, why did you think that I used to run that support group for parents of autistic children? Good point. That was weird that you did that. I remember it, but I never really put the two together. I was never really paying attention to what you were doing. I was always very much sort of in my own head as a child. Oh shit, this is all adding up now. She ran this group, but she didn't get me the formal diagnosis, right? So I had to seek that as an adult. It took a year. It was incredibly stressful, right? And a week after I had the formal diagnosis, I saw my mum, and she asked me how I felt about having that diagnosis. And I said to her, you know, I feel great about it because I realised that a lot of, and when I was growing up, the way that autism was talked about was as though it was like an illness or a disease. And I've realised it's not that. It's a description of difference. And I'm quite happy to be different because I think that being different can make you happy. And I said to my mum, it's you that made me feel that way. You, Mum, you were so proudly different my whole life. You have this weird lifestyle where you believe weird things about plants and you're weirdly close to your rats, but you're happy. You're happy because you're different. And I said, I wish I could be more like you, Mum, and I'm sorry that I didn't listen to you more growing up. I should have listened to your message of being proud to be different. I'm sorry. And sometimes when I want to get my words right, I kind of find everything a bit overwhelming. So I cover my eyes just so there's nothing else coming in. I get my words right. And I said that to my mum, but I couldn't see it because I had my eyes covered. And I said, thank you, Mum, I love you. And I couldn't see my mum because I covered my eyes, but I could hear my mother's voice. And I heard my mother say, you are beautiful. You are beautiful. You are beautiful and you are clever. You are beautiful and you are clever. You are beautiful and you are clever and you both have lovely tails. I realised she wasn't talking to me anymore. Someone more important to come in the room. Oh shit, I've overrun. I asked some stuff about Spectrum 10K I was going to talk about. Have you guys been following that shit? There's this like research thing to research the causes of autism. I hope that this movement speaks out of it, because I think it's really fucked up. Because like I don't know, I can't speak for all autistic people, but I feel like I don't see myself as like having autism. I see myself as being autistic, like it's something that I am. So when there's like research things to research the causes of autism, to me it's like if you had a one-night stand with someone and then they saw your naked body and went, "What's caused this?" So yeah, I hope that something's done about that. Listen, this is amazing. I hope this keeps going, and it's amazing to have a festival like this. I've been Joe Wells. Thank you for having me.
Joe Wells, ladies and gentlemen, finishing off the night. Georgie, do you want to come up? Georgie needs some shots of the audience enjoying themselves and cheering, so I'm going to tell you all the acts you've seen tonight individually so you can cheer for them all. Okay, first up we saw Daniel was first up, and then it was Jacob was second, and then it was the wonderful Chris. And then we had a break, and after the break we saw Brett! Followed by the incredible Will! And then the incredible Tracy! And give it up one more time for Joe Wells, who headlined the show. Thank you to all of you for coming out and for supporting this. I've had a superb night. Thank you guys for putting it on and being there to support it all. Thank you everybody. And I've been your host, Compare Joe Zalius. Thank you for that.